You can make it through these times. It's an urge truth be told. Every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit. Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the fans for it. Don't you give up on little dream, do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You may not read it fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much, but don't you quit. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as humane, you do make a difference. There is something they wouldn't lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you were not there. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. Keep pumping. It's for people that are trying to hop their way back home, come hell or high water, doing the best they can with what they got. That's who we are going the best we can with what we got. And we may not break any ribbons, and we may not get any trophies, but if we can learn how to hang on, we'll be all right. I will not lie to you, I feel like going on, but I have seen days I did not want to get out there, didn't want to put on clothes, and didn't even feel like brushing my teeth. I'd have seen days so dark that I didn't even care where I ended up or what you called me. They came, and they passed, and they came to pass. If you lose a job, keep the faith. If you lose a spouse, keep the faith. If you bury your child, keep the faith. If you have to downsize, keep the faith. If you have to move in with your mama, keep the faith. If you at your wit's end, keep the faith. If you have to catch the bus, keep the faith. If you had the job, keep the faith. If you get sick, keep the faith. If you lose your kidneys, keep the faith. If you got heart trouble, keep the faith. You may not gonna get a new heart, but you've got to keep your faith. I was on my occupation without any chance of a future, and I will always remember the second that man approached me and looked me in my eyes and let me know that this was the best I would have the option to do. And I came to the purpose in that exact instant that significance will be my new standard. What he shared with me hit me hard. It was a figurative, enormous catastrophe for my face. However, similar to a savvy man once said, you got to get your head, like your nose, is draining and right where they left you for dead, lift. Where he let me know I would resign from that, this was as far as it goes. I came to the purpose that I might have a hard time believing the falsehood. I could hear it in the air that the voice of predetermination would dwell where he maintained that me should bite the dust. I settled on the choice to battle for my future. You won't stop, you will advance. You won't terminate, you will develop. You won't disintegrate in that frame of mind of emergency. You might be neck profound, and what is by all accounts a disastrous tempest of confusion. However, I supplicate that at this time, you will find the quiet, the harmony, the expectation, the confidence, the boldness, the hope you want to reside, and not bite the dust to go up, and not stay where you are. You get what you see, and that is the equation for hope. Your assumption is what you accept is going to occur, and for a considerable lot of you, you have been so damaged by the past that your assumptions are so reduced. Your assumptions have been dying in some horrible, nightmarish way. In light of the injury of the past, you don't anticipate anything. Thus, you feel like on the off chance that I expect nothing, then you can't hurt me. In the event that I have no assumption on you, you can't frustrate me. On the off chance that you will win the battle for the future, you must have an exclusive standard. It was Kobe Bryant that said, everything negative, tension, and difficulties is each of the a chance for me to rise. Emergencies uncovers what we are contained, yet I pose you the inquiry. Would you say you are supplicating the deadness away, or would you say you are turning into the most elevated variant of yourself amidst the murkiness? You know, when you wind up remaining in preliminary, hardship, shortage, and vulnerability, there is a cycle from applauding to flight. How you process agony will decide your future. I really want you to battle for what's to come. Let that hit home briefly. You are not your emergencies. You are not what you are going through. What are you anticipating that the results should be? On the grounds that you can't change what has occurred, notwithstanding, you can change what will occur. Your obligation is, whenever you've gone from fluttering to flight, is to safeguard your advancement, to safeguard your domain. You got to get a genuine supervisor-like mindset with your region. All the ground that you acquired, safeguard your domain. I pose you the inquiry, when are you going to quit believing that you are the thing you are going through? At the point when we step into height, and we get that what I like to call that 10,000-foot perspective, we gain a more prominent viewpoint when we zoom out, and an excessive number of you are at legitimate fault for becoming what you are going through. You are not what you are going through. Find in the round of life, the people who have a raised point of view will acquire the future, and it is the ideal opportunity for you to battle for your future. How awful do you need what's to come? I believe you should let that question hit home, in light of the fact that the day you quit quacking with ducks and begin flying with the hawks, out of nowhere everything changes, except for a significant number of you are dependent on the organization of the duck. I want you to conscientiously look at the scene of your connections, since, supposing that no one let you know, let me be the first to let you know detachment goes before height. Many individuals in your day-to-day existence are holding you down, that are keeping you down. There are certain individuals you need to relinquish and request to raise over the commotion, over the brokenness, to be a light sparkling splendidly to the murkiness, over the vulnerability, high over every single dinky water, past the agony of the test and preliminary. Raised individuals will continuously ask themselves, what did I realize amidst everything? Ruler David said in hymns 1971, it was great for me that I have been tormented, that I could discover that sculptures. Also, while you're stepping here in this domain, in this universe of height, you are not asking God for what good reason am I in torment. You are asking God, what am I preparing to turn into? With exclusive standard, raised individuals will ask themselves, what am I preparing to turn into? Furthermore, what will I realize amidst this, where the world is in alarm, where the world is annoyed? While the world is confused, you ask and design your best course of action. Try not to fear the dim. Ask yourself, what did you realize in it? Difficulty is our benefit. Choose to emerge from this better. End up in this raised spot. Everyone needs it. We need advancement. We need the overhaul. We need progression. We need to climb. We need to enjoy a serious benefit in the commercial center. My consideration has been captured by the discussion of the bird. As a rule, figuring out how to fly means tumbling from the home and making that long excursion back to it. What's more, a few birds never return to the top yet for the ones that do. When they figure out how to spread their wings, the game changes once they figure out how to begin to spread their wings, and afterward, they start to fold those wings. Then, at that point, out of nowhere their life goes to that powerful. I think a great deal of you are stuck. You've spread your wings, yet you hesitant to fold them since you're stressed over what individuals will say regarding you. Child bird couldn't care less about what it resembles in its cycle, since process goes before the forward leap. There is something consuming within us to go to a higher level to see this one thing that I'm going to draw out into the open, and on the off chance that you will see it, assuming you will see forward leap, you must be alright with the interaction that is required, the former activity and contemplations that are expected to see this forward leap. The child bird spreads its wings, then it folds its wings, and it endlessly folds, and to the fluttering becomes flight. What's more, a ton of you are in this season called fluttering, and you're like, man, this isn't flying, and you taking a gander at everyone, and you contrasting yourself with everyone that is flying, and you're decreasing your cycle. You're lessening your fluttering season. Get past your fluttering season with beauty and confidence. See, confidence is a solicitation to what's in store. Confidence is the entryway. It is the pathway. It is the hall to the future. And assuming you will battle for the future, you must battle with confidence. Get past your flappin' season, traverse your fluttering season. I realize you have tears in your eyes, yet overcome your fluttering season and battle for flight, in light of the fact that at last the fluttering goes into flight.